Hey guys, welcome back to Angel Angela. And on this topic, I wanted to talk about how narcissist people do not think that they are bad people. That's right. It doesn't matter what this person has done to you. They could have ran you off the road, pushed you out of a moving vehicle. They could have had, supplies that they were cheating on you with, destroy your property, destroy your car, break into your home, steal your things. Um, I'm telling you, when you're dealing with narcissistic people, all they bring into your life is chaos and destruction and death. And I know this very well because this person destroyed, you know, my relationships with people. You know, I, you know, got pregnant by this person and my baby died at birth. So they literally stole and killed and brought destruction, into my life. So this is why I'm able to talk about this and how narcissists do not believe that they're doing anything bad. That's what makes them so dangerous, really. And when you're in relationships with these type of people, and you're trauma bonded with them and you go through cycles of depression, anxiety, um, even missing them, you want them around or you want them to hoover you back. It's very sick. It's very demonic. And, it took me a long time, to finally, let go of what I thought I had with that person because I didn't have anything. The memories, all the good stuff that I was holding on to, it's like you're holding on to the good even though the bad starts to outweigh the good, and you don't realize that it's going to hurt you more to hold on. And then when you let go and you have to pay for holding on, for burning yourself, for burning your hands with the wrong person, you realize, like, I should have just let go. I should have just left. I should have just never allowed this person back in my life, no matter how many times they begged me, hoovered me. But they come back to the scene of the crime, right? Like they didn't do anything wrong. Like the stuff that they do is not a big deal. You know, they come back knowing that you didn't reach out to them because you went through something and you had to deal with it. You had to deal with the difficulties, the emotions that you were feeling. You had to go through it on your own. The emotions of seeing a baby dead, your expectations on the relationship, on the life you were supposed to have, or the family you were supposed to create, and you realize this person brought nothing but death. They knew why I went ghost, because it was just too much pain to bear being next to someone who just acts like nothing is happening. It's like, why even have you around? They don't bring no words of comfort. They will say things like, oh, well, if the baby died, it just wasn't meant to be in this world. This world is fucked up anyway. This world is shit anyway. They're so negative. Such a negative, nasty human being, piece of shit, right? And I'm sorry, excuse my language, but they are disgusting. They are disgusting. They will watch you go through something painful. They will watch your soul breaking apart, and they will literally act like they are not doing anything bad. They will, force themselves on you. after they've done so much damage, and you're telling them, hey, I can't take no more pain, I can't take no more bad stuff happening to me, I can't take any more losses. And you'll tell them you love them, and you know, they'll act like what happened to you had nothing to do with them. You know, that's just what happened. It was your body, you know. It happens to a lot of women. It's normal. It's normal. They don't care about the emotions. They don't care about your body, your spirit. They want to have sex with you. They want to have sex with you. You're not in the mood for sex after what you've been through. And they'll act like nothing, you know? Like, let's just get back to how it was, right? They know why you didn't reach out to them. They'll spy on you while you're healing all by yourself, while you're going through financial problems, or you're homeless, or you lost your job, or they left you broke, or you know, whatever situations that, you know, you get yourself into dealing with these type of people, because they will drag you to the bottom of hell. They'll have you sleeping in your car and not give a shit. I'm telling you. They'll have you lose your children. They'll do a lot of damage to you, and they don't believe that they're bad people. And they'll go to the next supply giving people sob stories about how toxic you were, because anyone who would allow anyone to bring them down that low has to be toxic, or they had to be toxic before meeting them. And if it didn't happen through them, it would have happened through someone else. Like, they're not that bad. Like, there's worse. They're basically saying there's worse people out here than me. So they're nearly killing your ass, or putting you in a position where you might even feel suicidal, and really, in their supplies, I've seen people actually kill themselves. I'm talking about me having a narcissistic brother sleeping with a married woman, you know, her husband looking for her because he's taking care of their baby while she's giving sob stories about how she doesn't want to be married anymore, but she's sleeping around while he's mad, he's upset because he's not rich, but he wants to be involved in their kids' life. He wants to be a family. And even if you want out, you don't just disrespect people that you're living with to their face and act like it's not a big deal if I come home to you after I've been with other people. I know we're married, but we're not happy together, but I'ma just keep slapping you in the face. And it's not a big deal. And when this man came to fight with him, man to man, he didn't want to fight with him, but yet he loves fighting women. He loves fighting women and then playing the victim like it's the women trying to kill him. It's the women that he had children with who are the enemy. And now this man commits suicide, and guess what? Jezebel is finally free. You wanted to be free. Now you're free. The person's dead. You're free now. And they just move on with their life like nothing happened. My brother moved on. He's not even with this woman anymore. But this man had killed himself. And when I told you about playing, when I saw how hurt that man was, I told him something bad's gonna happen. You could put everyone's life in danger. I told him even you could be putting even my own mother in danger. I told him, I said, you're putting the whole family in danger because this man knows everything about us. This is someone that you work with, your co-worker, that you are friends with, people that know each other. So I'm telling him, you're putting everyone's life in danger when you do this, because he's following you around. You bring her around the family, he's following you. He could do anything to anyone. Oh, he's not dangerous. Oh, I'll beat him up. I don't care. And this guy ends up dead. And guess what? I don't even talk to my brother, right? I don't even talk to him. He's disgusting to me. He's disgusting. He's a narcissist, but guess what? He has a good job. He's very well kept. He's handsome. He gets attention from women. He knows how to play. He actually, if you actually are close to him, you would think he's a good person. This is why the narcissist will treat you bad, and then they'll say things like, other people don't see me the way you see me. See, their friends think that they're a victim, and their friends even think that they are someone who went through traumatic things and they made it out successful, and they're a good person. But you never really know someone. Just because they're good to you doesn't mean that they're a good person. And I'm not saying you have to be good to everyone, but if they did bad things to people and they're not taking accountability and they're picking and choosing who they want to be nice to. And I'm not saying you got to be nice to everyone, you know what I'm saying? But it's about treating people with respect. It's about respect. Period. Just respect. Put some respect on it. It's just about respect. The narcissist feels like they are not a bad person because certain people in their lives look at them as good people. See, I can say a lot of people see me and they might think I'm a bitch, straight up. But I've treated every single person I've came across with respect. Just because I don't want to overshare things with you, you can call me a bitch. You know, you could feel like, oh, she's mean because I don't overshare stuff with people like other people do, because that's how people feel like they know you. And because you never feel like you truly know me, you might not like me. See, I come on here and I give you guys a lot of game, a lot of information, but I don't talk like this to everyone. The only time I talk like this to someone is when they ask for my help or my advice. I don't talk just to talk. Sometimes I have strangers. I had a man a couple weeks ago, I told you guys in a video, where he just came up to me out of nowhere. And I think he just knew my energy. I don't talk much. I'm polite. I'm respectful. I have boundaries. You know, I present myself as a classy person, you know, because I feel like everyone should respect one another. But what I've noticed is that most people are disrespectful and don't even know it. A lot of people offend me. Like, they'll offend me for no reason, just because they can't figure me out. And guess what I do? I ignore them, because I already know the only reason they don't like me is because I am not oversharing with them, but I'm respectful of them. I answer their questions. I'm very business oriented. And I'm never going to expose personal things to a stranger because I don't trust you. I don't know you. If you want to share things with me, it's fine. If you feel comfortable sharing things with me, it's fine, because I know who I am and I know I'm not going to exploit you. And I know that most people who ask for my advice, they ask for my advice because they already know I don't gossip. So they already feel my vibe. They already feel it, you know? So I have people who say, oh, she's mean. I don't really know. I can't figure her out. And then you have these other people that understand why I'm quiet. That understand. And they'll just come out of nowhere. Hey, I have a question for you. If a girl wants to be with me, but she doesn't, she's in and out of my life, and she wants to be friends, And I told her we could be friends because she doesn't want to pursue anything with me, but she keeps asking me for things. She keeps asking me for money. And it's like I want to help her, but I have feelings for her. So it's difficult, and I'll give them my sincere opinion. I'll tell them the truth. She's playing you. She's a Jezebel spirit. She just wants to use you. But she doesn't seem she's just going through a lot. She doesn't seem like she wants to use me. She just seems like she's a victim. Even the empath doesn't want to believe that the narcissist is a bad person. Ain't that crazy? The narcissist knows how evil they can be, but even though the narcissist knows they could be evil, they feel like they're only being petty. Like, oh, I'm just being petty. This person could be ruining your life financially, mentally, and literally think to themselves that it's not a big deal. Oh, who cares? You'll get your life back together eventually. But no, some people's lives will never be the same. Some people's lives are completely, have been changed forever. That's the reality. And they have to be okay with their new reality. And most empaths are humble, and you'll accept your new reality. The narcissist can never accept their reality, who they really are, where they're really supposed to be, the life they're really supposed to be living. They can't accept that. That's why they exploit people. And when they get what they want, they know they don't deserve it. They know they don't deserve it. They know that they don't know how to keep it. They know they don't have the tools. They know they don't have the keys. They know they don't have the energy or the frequency. So what do? They get mad. They lash out. And now you see the other side of them. And they know why they're lashing out. Because they're empty. Because they have nightmares of the stuff they've done, but they somehow keep ignoring it, keep sweeping it under the rug. And they keep telling themselves, when the nightmares show up, I'ma just pretend like I'm not scared or I'm not afraid of the nightmare because I've already went through the nightmare so many times. I'm not even scared. I'm so desensitized. If anything, I'm a victim. When will this bad karma stop? I'm sick of it. I'm not that. What did I do to deserve this? I'm not that bad. Why does it have to keep raining on my parade? Why does this gray cloud just have to keep walking alongside with me over my head? Why me? Why? The narcissist is always a fake ass victim. And then you're going to have certain narcissists that they're not even going to play the victim with you anymore because they already know. If they victimize themselves, you're going to know they're a narcissist. So now they're coming at you with the I'm happy, I'm successful, or I don't need much from anyone. I don't need anything from you, or let's go 50-50, we both been through a lot, or we've both healed, and now they're presenting themselves as a healed person and someone who just avoids talking about the past. They're coming to you like a new person, it's like a drug addict who was tormenting people, stealing from them, abusing them, fighting them, slapping them around, setting cars on fire, houses on fire, hitting strangers on the street. And then they go to church and they're like, oh, I just got baptized and I'm a new person because I got baptized. Like, none of the bad shit they ever did matters anymore. Like they don't have to pay for none of that. Like, oh, I don't have to pay for none of that. And when bad things happen, or their families are destroyed, or things just aren't the way they used to be, they have sob stories they give people about how their childhood used to be like this or like that. And all of it has came to shit, and they're on their own. And sometimes as an empath, you will connect with these people because you feel like, okay, my family was destroyed too. There was narcissism going on, and there's a beginning and then there's an end, and I'm ready to start a new beginning. And the narcissist is like, yeah, me too. Not knowing they're running away from their past. They haven't closed any of those chapters. They haven't apologized to anyone. They haven't apologized and actually meant it. They haven't took time to heal or to wonder why they are the way they are. They, haven't come to terms that they can't lie and abuse people to just get what they want, meaning that you just being with someone in a relationship with them and using them for sex, and then getting married or being in a relationship with the Jezebel spirit, and then complaining and playing the victim to people about dealing with the Jezebel spirit. Oh, haven't you noticed a lot of these, like, people will talk to you, like, when you talk to narcissistic men, they can tell you all the traits of a narcissistic man because they are the narcissist. They could tell you about if you talk to them about your past relationships, they're going to know everything down to a T, what happened to you, just based on the details you give them. Even if you don't overshare, they're going to read between the lines and know what happened to you. This is why you can't even share your past with these people. So guess what? The narcissist will not share their past with you. And certain things they're going to be forced into telling you, especially if they have children. They're going to be forced to tell you. And they might even bring their kids around to make you think that they're not hoovering people still. So in their mind, they're not bad. They're like, relationships always come to an end. But they're not going to tell you the extent of the abuse, because they feel like the abuse doesn't matter because it's over with. If the relationship is over, the abuse never existed. And if the abuse never existed, then they feel like they don't have to think about it anymore, and they could just move on and just start a new life. That's part of the disorder, is that they don't even think about stuff. And then when stuff happens to them, when the Jezebel spirit comes, and then they think to themselves, oh man, I messed up my marriage, or I messed up good people in my life, and this person did a number on me. Then they want to get online and talk about the Jezebel spirit and what the Jezebel did. And the only reason they can talk about the Jezebel is because the Jezebel is masculine, and the narcissist has feminine tendencies, so they're speaking on the relationship based on what the Jezebel did and what they've done to others. So they're putting two and two together. They're telling you information about the Jezebel, but they're mainly focused on the narcissist. They're focused on themselves, because the only way they were able to look at themselves was by seeing the female version of them reflecting back to them what was done to what they did to many people. So they're being, even when they end up in relationships with these Jezebel spirits, they're in hell because that Jezebel spirit is putting them through situations and scenarios where they're forced to think of all the good people and wonder what their life could have been like even when they're stuck living with this Jezebel and they're getting older and there's nowhere to go because they know, you know, things can get worse. You know, some of them, some of them will be homeless on the street. Some of them will even end up homeless on the street. There's a lot of narcissists on the street. I know a lot of times you want to feel bad for people and stuff like that, but there's a lot of homeless people on the street that are constantly tormenting people who went through narcissist abuse, who might have been homeless even for a period of time, but they said, hey, I don't want to be in hell. I need to get my life together. I need to get back in recovery. I need to do something because the narcissist dragged me down. I have to heal. But you know, you don't want to stay in that hell because you're surrounded by more narcissists in that low grade, in that low bottom of the barrel underground world. You're trying to get out. You're trying to get out. So you know, I can't stay here in this is the lowest of the lowest type of narcissists. These are like people who think that they can outsmart you or pull one over on you, and they're almost like animals, like literally like animals for a snack. You know, some of them are just blank. They're like wild animals in human bodies, and they talk like you, but they don't think like you. They think like an animal. As soon as you turn your back, they're taking your food. You know, as soon as you're out there cooking your barbecue on Sunday, as soon as you turn your back, they done took a whole rack of ribs off the grill and they're running off, taking off. You don't know whether to feel sorry for them or be mad because they wasted your Sunday and they wasted your food, and meat prices are high. You don't know whether to be mad or feel sorry for them. See, you could feel sorry for them because you know they're in a worse situation than you. And that's how the narcissist views it. They feel like, I'm not bad. I'm in a worse situation than you. I feel worse than you. I've been through worse than you. My life matters. You could always, they feel like you're strong enough to always get your life together. They feel like you have more strength. They get at you because you have a lot of supply. You have a lot of strength. They feel like, especially if you're young, they feel like you have a lot of time. And they'll sacrifice you even though they're way older than you. They're like wild animals, and they won't feel like they did anything wrong. They feel like, oh, I wasted your time from 21 to 28, and now I've got a new supply, and now you're 28. You could go and you can go and start a family now. You could go and get married now. You're at the age where it's time for you to be serious. We had our fun. We had our run. I didn't really do anything bad because you still got time. You're still young. You're just getting too smart now. You know all the tricks, all the games. And that's cool because I taught you well. They even give themselves, you know, they even give themselves props for what they did to you. They don't feel like they did anything wrong. They're like, I even give myself props because when I met you, you were emotional, naive. I'm glad I done beat the emotions out of you. Now you could be serious. Now you could take your life serious. You're not dead. Did you die though? Yeah, you felt like dying. I remember you telling me you felt like killing yourself, but it's fine. You know, you'll be good. You were just saying that to manipulate me to feel sorry for you. I don't feel sorry for you. You're using that to manipulate me. Now you know that I'm not a real person. I didn't really have feelings. I didn't really have emotions for you. I'm not a bad person because anyone could have done it to you. And now you know that just because you want a snack, just because you want something, it doesn't mean you need to eat it. because it might be bad for you. It might make you gain calories. It might be bad for your health. They almost feel like you're the animal that's untrained and they're more sophisticated than you because you let your emotions go everywhere and be all over the place. So to them, it's like, I didn't do anything bad. Yeah, I stole from you. Yeah, I stole from you, but who cares? I know you have insurance on this. You can go and, you know, you can go and reclaim what I took. You have insurance on it. Who cares? I'm not that bad because at the end of the day, you have insurance. So your insurance is going to pay for it. And I'll be able to get away with what I took. You'll be able to get back what I took from you through your insurance. So nobody got hurt. Everything's all good. They don't care that now you're afraid. Now you feel like you can't trust people. Now you feel like you can't connect to people. They took your smile away from you. You can't even laugh like you used to. You take life way too serious. It's hard for you to feel comfortable. It's hard for you to have fun. All you think about is how you're going to survive. All you think about is saving money. You can't even buy things for yourself. You can't be out here like the Jezebel spirit and just buying things to make yourself feel pretty and just investing in your body and doing things. You feel like, nah, I don't got money to waste for that. I gotta stack up. I gotta save. Because you just never know when something can happen. I never want to be broke again. The narcissist had me so broke. I never want to be broke again. I don't like that feeling. I ain't never felt like that before, where you're broke and no one's gonna help you. I don't like that feeling. I don't like asking anybody for help. I don't like asking people to help because they don't even really want to help you. And when they do, they think they can control you. You know? And I don't want to go and exploit anyone and feel like, oh, whatever, I'm going to let you believe that you're controlling me, but I'm really controlling you. I'm going to keep making myself seem like the victim so I can keep exploiting you. Even though, you know I told you I was going to use the money to go and get an actual job or go get a license. But I was just saying that to get what I wanted. So these people will constantly ask for snacks and handouts and pretend like they want to change their life or pretend like they appreciate you, but they're constantly playing games and they don't see nothing bad with it because they feel like, well, if you didn't have any money to give or if you didn't have any food to give me, you wouldn't have gave it to me. Not understanding that empaths are the type of people that if you have food, you're going to share with your friends. You're going to share with your family. The narcissist is the type of person that they'll eat right in front of you because they don't want to feel like you're trying to play them. They're not even going to offer to buy you something. And if they do offer you something, it's because they're using you for the image, or they're using you because they know that when they go broke, they're going to be asking you for resources. And they don't feel bad about that. They already have the intent of giving to you just to ask for favors later on. And if they don't ask for favors, they might even steal from you. And they might steal from you and say, oh, well, you have way more than me. You live in a bigger house than me. You have you have a lot of money, and you're not even that man. You're not even that boy. You're not even that guy. They're hanging around you because you're someone they admire. Narcissist men will hang out with other men and they'll admire them. They'll admire what that person's family. They'll admire that man is a family man and he got his own house. He got cars. They'll admire all that. But they'll get around you and steal from you and say, "Oh, you're a sucker. Oh, that female you mess with, she's a Jezebel spirit and you're taking care of her. She's not really feeling you like that. She was checking me out." They're delusional. You can't even be nice to them. You can't invite them into your home. You cannot invite these people into your private life with your family, with your kids, with your wife, with your husband, because they just start making shit up. And they don't think there's nothing wrong with it. They don't think they're bad. You know, homeless people, I'm going to give you an example. Homeless people, you could feel sorry for them, right? They're in a bad situation. Some of them have drug habits. Some of them have mental illness. And those are the ones I feel bad for, the ones who have the mental illnesses, and you could tell. But all the other ones that's drinking, doing drugs, we all go through pain, right? But why is it that your pain matters and mine doesn't? Some of those people, some people on the street, some of those narcissists, they've been through the same shit that you went through. You got dragged down to homelessness, everything. But you said, "I don't want to be down here," because all these people keep saying they're empaths. They keep telling you their sob stories, how they ended up on drugs, how they ended up here. They have a lot of knowledge. Some of them are really smart. You've never seen some of these people talk and they sound really smart, like they have a lot of information. They just have bad habits. And they can go around tormenting people all day, going into stores, stealing off a cashier's hands and just tormenting people all day because they're stealing and they're up to no good, breaking into people's houses, stealing your kids' bikes, going from door to door, asking for donations, or using children who don't have parents, who are hanging out on the street, using children as bait to make a whole scenario so that you can feel sorry and donate to the child, because they know you're not going to want to give money to their grown ass. So now they're using children. So they do all this, and then they come across you, and here you are feeling sorry for them because they're homeless and they've been tormenting all people all day. And you tell yourself, "Oh, they deserve something. They deserve food. They deserve this. They're in a way worse situation than me." And they feel grateful even. Sometimes they might even say, "God bless you," and use God's name in vain. God did not put them there. God did not tell them to stay there. They stopped listening to God, but they believe in God. They say they believe in God, but they don't want to listen to God though. And then they take it out on innocent people, or they torment innocent people, and then they say to themselves, "It's not a big deal. That person can easily replace that. It's not a big deal. At least that person has a house. Who cares if I stole their child's bike from their front yard? At least they have a house. I don't." I'm just breaking it down to you from the lowest of the lowest, so you could have a clear understanding of how narcissists work in this world. You get it? They don't think they're bad because their issues are supposed to be worse than yours. So they can come to your job and cuss you out and treat you bad, give you bad service, be a bad customer, and then tell you, "Oh, you're supposed to have good customer service." Well, guess what? You're supposed to be a good customer. And guess what? If they'll be a bad customer and want you to give them good customer service, and now because if you even try to defend yourself, Now they want you fired. Now they're calling HR. Now all this, they're trying to destroy you. And then they say, I'm not a bad person. I just tried to destroy you, even though I know I was just trying to get a free $10 gift card so that I could come and get a free meal the next time I come in here. Who cares? The company is not going to lose any money. It's just $10. But you almost cost somebody their job because you complained about the service. You said my waiter this, my waiter that, this person that. And guess what? Some of them will say, well, the manager is not going to fire them because they're all friends. You damn right. A lot of managers won't fire their employees because they deal with a lot of narcissists just like you all day long who want free gift cards, and they don't think they're bad people. They feel like, oh, I had to wait a long time to get my food, even though they know they came into a restaurant on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday night. And it's, even though they know they're looking around and it's packed, but they feel like because they're narcissists, they're so special, they're supposed to get their food right away, their service right away, even though they know the place is packed and they can clearly see maybe it's 4 or 5 waiters, and now they're saying they should have more waiters in here, they should have more cashiers in here. And now by the time they get to the front of the line, they're being disrespectful to you like it's your fault that it's packed. And if you give them any type of look or anything because they're talking to you crazy, it's a problem. They don't think they're bad people. And then guess what? They go home and they act like none of that shit happened. They don't even think about you. And then when they go through problems and they're gossiping, they don't think about how they treat people and how they're disrespectful. The world, the way to be, whether you're a narcissist or not, is to have respect. Because you don't know what people going through. You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know if you done caught someone on their last nerve. But narcissists don't care. They'll sit there and criticize people. Oh, look at that person's hair. Oh, look at that person's feet. Oh, look at her butt. It's not fake. It's actually real. They'll sit there and criticize people, laugh, make jokes with friends, with family. Families will even gather together to gossip about people, about people's lives, marriages, relationships. And guess what? Those same people, when that shit is going down in their life, they want people to feel sorry. They don't even think about all the times they were gossiping about others. And that's how I see people, because I pay attention a lot. I pay attention to almost everything. And I kind of get surprised that most people don't pay attention to things like this. But the reason they can't pay attention to themselves, to accept why they are, in the predicaments that they are. A lot of times the predicaments that we get in is because we were doing something bad by dealing with a bad person. When you're with bad people, you are your friends. You become your friends. People view you as the female version of the narcissist just by being around them. Because they feel like if you're having conversations with this person who talks shit about people and you don't stand up for all the bad shit that they're saying, talking about their exes or questioning the stories or telling them what they're doing is wrong, then you're just as guilty if you're sitting there gossiping with the narcissist. But guess what? Most people that are sitting there enjoying the gossip, they don't think they're bad people. Flying monkeys don't think they're bad people. And then some of those flying monkeys act like, oh, I'm not involved in this. But as soon as they see you, because they have a perception of you that is false, they'll give you faces, or they'll look down on you, or they'll look at you like you're a weak person, or they'll look at you with a little smirk like they know something you don't, which makes them a bad person. You know, anytime anyone around me does something that is bad, that I feel is unethical, that I feel like is trashy, is low vibration, I'm going to tell them straight up. And if they're really my friend, they're going to hear me out. They're going to have some respect on whatever I say. You know, because I respect people, you know. So if I feel like you're saying something and you're lying, or you're talking about someone, or you're the type of person that gossips a lot, I'm going to tell you your toxic traits. And if you feel like there's something toxic about me, I would want you to tell me, because I'm all about staying at a high frequency, and I'm all about protecting my energy. That's why I don't even talk a lot around people. And when I feel like I can trust you, I'll open up, and you'll see my funny side. You'll see the other side to me, where I could actually feel like I could maybe crack a smile or a laugh, you know. But besides that, I take everything really serious. I listen a lot. And I see a lot of people who do bad stuff and don't think they're bad people, you know. Or someone might make a joke and you might not laugh at their joke because you find their joke disrespectful, or you don't think it's funny, and it's not a big deal. Or they're just saying things to you to start a conversation. Or they're asking personal things and you don't want to answer you dodge certain questions, and now they think you're a bad person, and now they talk bad about you to other people, sometimes even in front of you. And you don't even respond to them because you're like, I'm saving my energy. I'm not even going to respond to you. You're mad because I didn't answer a personal question. You shouldn't even ask me that question. But cool. Now you're telling someone in front of me, oh, this person got an attitude because I asked them this. And then they asked me a question with a question. She's a smart ass. She's a smart ass. I don't like her. She asked me a question with a question. I don't like her. They'll say it right in front of you. And you just got to save your energy, because you know they're energy vampires. And then they'll come back around you and they'll see that your personality has not changed, that this is real. They want you to be goofy. They want you to be goofy so then they can goof around with you, and then they could disrespect you, and then they could even steal from you, exploit you, send people your way. So you're just like, I'm closing the door. I'm like Bird Box. I'm blind. I don't even see it. I'm blind. I don't see it. I don't see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. I don't even see it. I don't even see you. You're invisible to me. Because you're full of negative energy. You want me to waste my breath. At this point, I don't even waste my breath. I'd rather just be quiet, and that makes it even more awkward, because now there's silence and you're the only one talking. I've already talked a lot. That's why I'm quiet now, because I've already talked a lot. You know, when you're dealing with a narcissist, you're writing paragraphs, you're expressing yourself in every way possible. You're writing love letters, you're speaking to this person from your heart, and that shit just, they don't hear you. You're ignored. So now you talk less. Because it's like, what's the point on defending myself? What's the point on explaining myself to others when I know who I am? I'm not bad. I'm not doing nothing to you. I'm not hurting you. So they'll try to make it seem like you're bad because they're bad. And then they got the nerve to gossip about you just because you're not overly friendly, or they think you're stuck up. They're making up shit. They're trying to figure you out, and because they can't figure you out, they make up shit. And then when they see that you treat everyone like this, they don't take it personal anymore. And now they come around you being nice again. Because you didn't even feed into the negative energy, and you're still treating them nice. You're still treating them with respect. And now they respect you because they know that now they see that you're all about respect. They're like, oh shit, she's not mean like I thought. She's still being nice and respectful to me. She's still being respectful. She ignored the fact that I talked about her right in front of her. She's still good morning, still nice, still respectful. And now they see, oh, she's just someone with boundaries. Oh, I actually have to work my way for her to trust me. It was my big mouth. It was me. They start to see that they were the problem because you really don't like problems, and you really don't like being confrontational. That's why you're quiet. Because most people will put you in scenarios where there's confrontation, or they make you feel like you have to defend them and you don't even know them. And they're bad people, and you're defending bad people. So I'm not gonna allow bad people in my life. I want respect. I want to give respect. And when I see that you're disrespectful, I'm going to avoid you. I'm not going to answer to you. You know, when I know that I just keep, I keep being the bigger person, I keep being respectful, and you just evil and disrespectful, and you don't think you're bad. You think I'm bad because I told you my boundaries, and now you want to keep crossing them because you don't have no fucking conscience and no moral compass. Then there's something wrong with you. But the narcissist does not think that they're bad in any kind of way. I ran across some twins, right? And twins run in I have 2 twin sisters. I have 2 of my best friends are twins. Well, I'm closer to one of them. Both of them are my friends, but one of them is my best friend. And what I've noticed is that there's one bad twin, one good twin. The bad twin doesn't think she's bad, but the bad twin influences the good twin, and the good twin really believes that the bad twin is not really that bad. They just are more standoffish, right? But they're really actually bad. They talk bad about people. They judge people. They're manipulative and conniving, and they're users too. And they're fake. They smile in certain people's faces. They're disrespectful. So I told these twins I ran across, because one of them said, oh, that wasn't me, that was my twin. And the energy I had got from both of them was,